Good evening, good evening, good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going to that horrible world known as the JRC, but first, the usual disclaimers. In the description box, you're going to see the link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics, where they surveyed over 900 ABA professionals from all over the world in regards to the quote-unquote Judge Rotenberg Behavioral Treatment Program. Matter of fact, the JRC doesn't want you to read this article so bad they threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused. So, you know the drill. Click on that article and share it on all your social media. You also have in there NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat and their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC has the balls to actually see through their threat. We also have the links to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a school out in Stockton, Missouri for rebellious teens. We're going to turn them around. God, kill me. Well, they are having 19 pending lawsuits alleging sexual abuse, physical abuse, starvation, and of course, exploitation in regards to labor. So please go to those links. We also have linked in there the change.org shut Agape boarding school down petition as well. I have still yet to find anything where Agape has anything to say for themselves, so if you find anything, please link me in the comments. We also have the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. Also, it is 4:09 in the afternoon. It was back to back today, so I'm slightly brain dead, as well as dealing with company whiplash due to them downsizing. As far as I know, I'm not let go yet. But if I did, I wouldn't panic anyways. So if they are, you'll know, because I'll be wearing a smile ear to ear, okay? Just know it would be not a bad thing. I may stumble over my words. Also, folks, let's face it, they use a lot of profanity and a lot of curse words on this channel. We are dealing with some mind-boggling word salad nonsense. Okay? So, if you get triggered by that, pause this video right now. You're probably not going to want to watch it. Just don't ignore the links. So, where we left off yesterday, why my cat just meows everywhere. 127. At JRC, behavioral counseling is provided as in a non-traditional format. The nature of counseling is unclear. Also made unclear, by the way, by their handbook. But, they're going to sit there and say, that's not true. JRC has explained its use of behavioral counseling in great detail on its website. The counseling that JRC makes available to its students has been carefully designed to enhance, support, and be coordinated with JRC's behavior modification procedures. But notice they don't go into detail. So let me go into detail for those who didn't catch yesterday's video. That means the student has to earn the right to therapy with right behavior. We got questions, kitten? We got questions? What's the matter? What's the matter? Hold on, folks. I don't have an edit button. It's okay. You're alright. Mama's got you. Sorry about that, folks. You have to earn your right to be able to see the counselor. No, I'm not joking. That's what they mean by saying they have it a part of their behavior modification procedure. Yeah. It's called behavioral counseling and differs from traditional forms of psychotherapy in a number of ways, including the following. Behavioral counseling is based entirely on the use of Skinnerism behavioralism, as analytic and prescriptive tool. Sorry, folks. I can't edit it. My cat, I'll have to fix that here in a moment. So, right away, your counseling's garbage. You're literally using fucking Skinner. Skinner. The guy who used to fucking torture animals, and you're using him as a basis for your behavioral counseling. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Look it up. Skinner would torture animals in order to modify their behavior. And I'm supposed to believe that this is a good idea for therapy? I don't know about you, but out here in the States, if they did that during a therapy session, let's just say it wouldn't be pretty. Although after the SUI was done, they would probably own that counseling business. The contents of the counseling session are not kept totally private, but may be shared with other members of the treatment team if that will enhance the effectiveness of the treatment education program for the student. In other words, they want to make sure their torture devices are making this as robotic as possible. Right? So basically, your whole idea about behavioral counseling is not trying to come up with positive, different forms and programs in order to change the behavior, introduce better behaviors, or even find out what the hell the trigger is. They use behavioral counseling to find a better way to torture us. Isn't that great? It's not the flex you think it is, JRC. The purpose of behavioral counseling are to give the students a chance to express concerns or problems, to reinforce importance of students following their behavioral program. Fuck me. See, this is the thing that Jennifer Masamba was talking about. Remember when she would bring up how this fucking messed up psychotic program made her feel? But all she would get from her counselors is, it's in your behavioral contract, so. Yeah. Sounds wonderfully effective, doesn't it? It means they truly take their concerns to heart. God, I hate these people with my whole soul. My whole soul. Moving on. To encourage and teach the students to view their own behavior and the behaviors of others with conceptual tools of behavioral psychology. In other words, folks, they want us to look at ourselves and basically hate ourselves. Okay? That's what that means. And that's prevalent throughout ABA, not just at JRC, by the way. The whole system is fucking rigged to force us to act like neurotypicals. That's what it is. Anything that makes neurotypical people feel uncomfortable about us, we have to rearrange our entire selves and fucking mask 24 goddamn 7 in order to be accepted by these people as acceptable to society. Fuck your normal. Okay? Fuck your normal. To teach students how to use behavioral principles to improve their own behaviors through self-management, to teach the students to generalize their behavioral progress to their home and community settings. What did I say? Pretend to be someone else. Every second, every moment of your goddamn life. It teaches you to literally hate yourself. To make you feel like you'll never be accepted as or loved or deemed worthy of these things as you are. So you must become somebody fucking else in order to be worthy of these things. That's what this shit says. And I say that as someone who's worked in the damn field. Okay? Moving forward. To review the student's treatment program to ensure that the student's academic, treatment, and vocational programs are appropriate for their goals. Oh my God, I've heard this my whole fucking life, including from relatives. You gotta be realistic with your goals, Tiff. You know what I was told when I came out of high school by one of my relatives? That I was going to have a particular type of very invasive support every single day of my life. That I was going to have to be on disability and live beneath the poverty fucking line. Because that's how disability works, kids. And just live off the government teat and basically have my whole life invaded my entire life. Yeah. Guess what didn't happen? Why? Because instead of this bullshit and behavioral nonsense, we went with the person-centered planning method, and ta-da! I went to college. I've lived on my own since I was 19. I only had to come back home once, and that was for a year and a half. Yeah, I'm doing quite fine. So you can take your behavioral bullshit and shove it up your ass. Sorry. I take that really, really personally. So, to kind of give you the gist here, their behavioral counseling, on top of finding better ways to torture us, also wants to truly drive home this ABA concept, old concept, that in order for us to be accepted and loved and a part of our communities, we have to change ourselves. Somehow become neurotypicals, or at least mask as one 24-7 in order to be accepted. It teaches a self-hatred that is very difficult for people who've been through this kind of therapy to be able to get over. It traumatizes and fucks with people's mental health. I've read the stories. It's garbage. So you add emotional and psychological trauma off of trauma, off the trauma, off of physical abuse, starvation, and yeah, you see where I'm going here. So JRC, what we just read here, not the flex you think it is. And that, I'm going to close out. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get tend to get removed from time to time, so please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this evening. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.